Yo, what is up, everyone? It's Odin here. I'm gonna try a little something different. I'm gonna do a little exercise and quick drawing and see how it goes. I've got something very lightly roughed in with pencil, very lightly roughed in, and I'm gonna just speed draw while I ramble, um, with all using this brush and just ramble about shit. This is a simple drawing. It's not going to be something amazing, but it's going to be fast. So we'll see how that goes. um, yeah, so it's been an interesting night. I went and watched They Live at the $2.50 movie theater, which was awesome. And I just watched that movie with my daughter not too long ago. So now they just, right after I watched it with her, they're like, hey, we're showing this at the $2.50 movie theater. And I'm like, shit, well, I'll go watch it. I just saw it, but I'll watch it anyway. And it was fun. They Live is a classic. If you have not seen it, it is a John Carpenter film featuring Roddy Piper in the lead role, with the ever awesome Keith David in a supporting role. And, well, it's John Carpenter. What else you got to say? So this is going to be very fast drawing. That's why it's not going to look the greatest, but whatever. Yeah, They Live. I saw a movie when I was like 7 for the first time. Uh, my dad took me to his sister, my aunt's house, and she wasn't there, but my cousin was there. My cousin Jared, who's about 10 years older than me. And he had rented a shit ton of movies. And my dad's like, hey, well, me and the boys, we'll just sit there and watch movies with you. So me and my brother watched They Live. We watched some other movie that I can't remember very well. Actually, well, it's like 4 movies. I can't remember. But the ones I remembered, and this speaks to the legacy of Mr. John Carpenter, were Prince of Darkness, which scared the holy shit out of me at that age, and They Live. And They Live has always had a big place in my heart ever since then. So, yeah. There's a little quote here that I'm trying to rub in. And if you see this, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. But They Live stood out to me forever. Um, there is some John Carpenter-esque humor in there, but there's also, I mean, just conceptually, it's one of the coolest movies ever. And yeah, I will always love that movie. I don't know, like, I'm trying to draw this. I'm horrible at drawing and talking at the same time, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is to, like, train myself to get better at drawing and talking at the same time. So I'm like, well, just drive into the fucking deep end and do something, like, really crazy where you have to, like, concentrate. And it's not the easiest, but we're trying anyway. So yeah, I went and watched that, and then I went to I was gonna do karaoke. I wanted to sing tonight, and another night of karaoke. I was kind of jonesing again, and sure enough, I get there. There's hardly anybody there, and the lady who's doing it, I know her pretty well, but she was not who I wanted to be there. So it was kind of like, got there, signed up for a song, and before I even got a chance to sing, I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do this. Not tonight. Then I came home. I laid down for a little bit. And I don't have to work tomorrow, which is a rarity on a Tuesday night. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? Well, I just want to draw, but I didn't want to draw anything specific. I wanted to just do this little exercise, which is already proving to be kind of weird. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is a horror drawing just for fun. Reminded me of an episode of In Living Color where Jim Carrey played Death, and he meets this couple that are on vacation, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to kill people and shit. Don't worry, I'm not here to kill you." And they start drinking. Before the end of the night, he's like killing everybody in the bar. It's fucking hilarious. So, so towards the end, they kind of flash forward, and he's like totally trashed, and then he's like just got somebody in a chokehold. He's like, "Sometimes you just gotta get in there and get your hands dirty," and he's like, yeah. And they're like, "Oh, dude, you know." But they kind of egged him on. The couple, they were like, "Hey, you know, like, I know you're Death, and I know you're on vacation, but like, could you just like kill somebody small? You know, like, it doesn't matter, just like kill somebody." And he's like, "Fuck yeah, why not? Like, we're on vacation, let's have fun." So he just like kills somebody for the fun of it. And then he like just goes on his rampage. He's like, "Now for my next trick, I'm gonna kill this dude." And yeah, it was pretty funny. So drawing with just the brush, I mean, the brush, man, they're fun because you can get such a bold line every once in a while and then pull it back when you need to. And I just want to get better with a brush. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this too. Is they're fun. Yeah, outside of that, I don't know what the fuck else to talk about. So I'll just keep drawing, and maybe I won't talk. Like, I think I need to talk. Maybe I don't. And this is, like I said, it was such a rough pencil underneath. This is really a lesson in drawing just for the sake of drawing. Like, no rules, just fucking draw. And I'm trying to go as fast as possible because I want this video to be very long. So, so it's gonna look like shit. Just saying, whatever. But yeah, the whole idea though is inspired by that Jim Carrey scene of being Death. Sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty. So that's what this says. Sometimes you just gotta get in there and get your hands dirty. And he's just Death being Death, I guess, you know? Whatever. And trying to go fast with a brush, man, it can get so crazy quick. think I'm gonna make this guy bald just for the sake of making it easy. It's easier to draw bald people. You don't have to draw hair. Yeah. Other than that, like I said, I got tomorrow off of work. It's kind of cool. And so I'm just gonna enjoy that I don't have to work tomorrow. And here it is, kind of late on my end, and so I can just be up late doing something stupid exercise like this and go, fuck it, I don't have to work tomorrow. Who gives a shit? And yeah, this was so roughly outlined, it's probably gonna look like shit at the end, but I don't care. I'm doing an exercise, not trying to impress anybody with this artwork here. Of course, if I post this, then I do kind of hope it impresses somebody. Well, that's way too low. And here's where you're like, hope the ink flows well because I gotta color some big old splotchy areas here of his cloak. Like as much ink can flow out of this brush as possible. Please flow. Flow, ink, flow. Or I'm just destroying the bristles on this brush. Whatever. It's all for fun. So some of this stuff, like, so I would sit and do this, basically drawings like this in high school, my entire high school career. They'd hand out a paper for us to do an assignment. I would never do the assignment. I would just do this on the back of the paper. And teachers are like, that's very creative, but like, you gotta, like, actually do the assignment. I'm like, that's overrated. I know what I want to do with my life. Actually, I didn't even then, but I was like, I just didn't give a shit about high school. I hated high school so much. It was there's so much of a social element. Even as I think about that, I think about like everything. I mean, everything's got a social element, and it's not that I hate people. I actually really do love people, but there's certain things that I see beyond what's actually, and they was like, oh well, you got to play the game, and I'm like, okay, I'll play the game. That's what you got to do. You got to play this social game. I get it. Um, but man, it's tedious. Like, especially if you're like an introverted person and you're just like, I'm fucking playing the game because I got to. But again, it's not that I hate people. It's just that I don't know. It does feel like high school, and like in high school, I just went, fuck it, I'm not playing the game. I'm like, there's no point. And then later I went, oh yeah, like GPA and shit like that. I guess it matters. I don't know. I tell my daughters it matters, and in a certain sense that's true, but in a certain sense it's not true. Um, so as I think about like, promotion and stuff like that with the comic book, I'm like, uh, you know, there's a game element to it, and you just play the fucking game, I guess. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing because I've never been good at it. I've been good at just like being myself, but that it doesn't win. Just being yourself never wins the game. So you got to kind of play the game a little bit. So it is what it is. And that's it. Like I said, it's not that I dislike people. I actually do like people, but I just kind of see beyond it, I guess. Because at a certain point, when you're watching it, you're like, this is like a bunch of it's like a big circle jerk at a certain point. And it's part of life. It's what everyone does, I guess, but like I said, you play the game. I should probably shut my mouth now. I'll probably shoot myself in the foot, and I don't want to do that. So. Let me see here. What do I want to do here? But as I said, for everyone out there, I appreciate the connections I've made and the people I've met and the friendships. I say connections. I should have said friendships. Like it really is friendships. Um, and the friendships are so much more important than the game. You know what I mean? But it's all interconnected, I guess. At the end of the day. But yeah, I have made some awesome friendships and met some really cool people that I you know, um, that I'm so glad to have met and made friends with. You know, you can't quantify that, and so again, as much as like there's an element of like I said, the big circle jerk in the sky or whatever. I don't know. There's also real people involved, so you get real connections as well. You know. And yeah, at a certain point, I just go, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ah, fuck that up. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't look like too much ass. Just about done because I have nothing else to talk about. um, except for that in about, oh, 34 minutes, I'll be another year older. But other than that, let's wrap this up. I was gonna draw his fucking dead, dying body back here, but I don't know. Maybe we will. Should we draw his body? I'm not live streaming, so I can't like ask the chat. I don't live stream on my channel. I live stream with other people because it's fun. Again, speaking of the friendships and stuff, A's Make Consumer is a true friend. He's been great, and I really appreciate him. And I've made lots of other friends as well. Most of it through his stream, which is another reason why it's been awesome. But all right, let's see. How are we gonna do this body here? Oh yeah. Where's the light? Oh. Nipples. let's see. That look right? Alright. Now you gotta draw a pool of blood. And this has to have a lot of blood dripping, so. Man, there'd be blood everywhere, right? Oh man, blood coming out of his nose and everything. Maybe out of his eyes even. Just blood everywhere. Alright, so there it is. I'm gonna end this fun little exercise. Let's sign it up here. All brush, all fast. Had some fun. You can read it here. Sometimes you just have to get in there and get your hands dirty. Dirty. If anybody's ever watched Black Books, dirty. Anyway, I'm done. Just fucking around. Hope you all are doing awesome. Hope you all have a great night. This is Odin. Anything I said, just forget it. We'll see you next time. Later!